everybody, how you guys doing? Um, this evening I got off of work and all day today I've been really wanting to watch Steve Jobs. I actually ordered it on Amazon, the Blu-ray on Amazon like a couple days ago, but um, but I couldn't wait anymore because I've just been itching to rewatch it. For those of you guys who don't know, I've always said that I have two favorite screenwriters. One, David Mamet. Two, Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin has been my favorite screenwriter with David Mamet, but he's actually been my favorite screenwriter longer, and really since I was younger and first saw A Few Good Men. A Few Good Men blew me away when I first saw it when I think I was like 9 or so when I actually saw it, and at that time it was really when I was getting into film seriously. So even as a 9-year old, I was learning screenwriters and all that kind of stuff, and so I researched A Few Good Men, saw that it was written by Aaron Sorkin, and then eventually realized through my research that it was actually a play as well. And also, they're going to be putting it on NBC. Aaron Sorkin's writing um, adapting his play for NBC for a live um, show, which is going to be freaking awesome, and I can't wait for that. Um, but anyways, Aaron Sorkin's pretty much been my favorite screenwriter with David Mamet for years. I would probably even say he's my number one just because of how long um, he has been my favorite. David Mamet um, has really only been my in my top favorites for in terms of his writing and his plays and stuff like that for about the last 7 or 8 years. But Aaron Sorkin has always been huge to me. And then of course when The West Wing came out, I had seen like The American President when it came out on well when it came out on video, but when The West Wing was on TV, I knew again he's something special in terms of writing, um, and of course leading all the way up into his screenwriting of Charlie Wilson's War, um, which is a great film. It's not the one I revisit all the time. I need to revisit, but The Social Network. He won Emmys for his writing and everything like that for uh, what's it called for The West Wing, but he won Golden Globe and an Oscar for his script for The Social Network, which is brilliant. Um, and then he did some other TV shows before that, but The Newsroom is like one of my all-time favorite TV shows of the last 15 years, 20 years. It really is like one of my favorites. And I actually I'm going to be getting the complete series Blu-ray set pretty soon actually. Um, yeah. And so I've been really wanting to watch Steve Jobs again because when it came out, I was floored by how amazing it was. I knew it was going to be good. Of course, Aaron Sorkin's, being attached to it, and of course, the amazing Danny Boyle directing the film, Michael Fassbender in the lead role. But I had read that before the movie came out, when it was in production, I had heard through interviews and stuff like that that it was actually going to be like three distinct acts, and they were going to take place before the product launch of whatever that Steve Jobs was announcing at that time, and so it was going to be three huge acts, and that just completely intrigued me. And so when the movie came out, it was something I had to see. Well, I didn't end up seeing it in the theater as much as I wanted to. When it came out on Blu-ray, definitely rented it right away, watched it, and was floored because it's a biopic, but it's not conventional in how it's told. It's very unique in how it's just really takes place in three acts before a product launch, and you're just seeing him walk around backstage, but it's all the electrifying dialogue that makes it so amazing, and you feel like you're getting a real sense of the history of all this stuff that's going on. Now, um, Sorkin has always been known, he does these amazing screenplays and scripts, but um, he makes it more entertaining, so it's not like a complete historical thing. Like, it's not completely accurate. There's some major accuracies in there, but it's heavily dramatized, and you know that's what I like about it. Because I've always said that he's kind of like a Shakespeare to me. I love Shakespeare. I studied Shakespeare in school. I have so many Shakespeare DVDs, all Shakespeare's writings, books. Um, Even took a few Shakespeare courses in college. Oh, I already said I took it in school. So I love Shakespeare. I'm not saying that he is Shakespeare and he's that good and groundbreaking. To me, he is just because he's so awesome. But what I mean is, um, Shakespeare took these historical figures and dramatized the events and basically made it seem, and like Jerry Seinfeld said in one of the early episodes of Seinfeld, shouldn't you be out on a ledge somewhere? Like, it's so stagey, and that's what I love. Like, he takes Steve Jobs and he takes Mark Zuckerberg and all these events in these films, and he gives them a stage feel, like they are Shakespearean, they're tragic, and that's what I love about his recent um, things with writing. Moneyball, he co-wrote that script. Moneyball is actually one of my all-time favorite sports films. I love the film. It's one of my all-time favorite films. Um, but yeah, this is just turning into an Aaron Sorkin gush fest. But what was I gonna say? A Few Good Men is just a masterpiece. Like, I can't really see something that he's done that I don't think is amazing. Um, I mean, he had a few shows. I mean, he did Sports Night, which was really good. And then what was it? I forgot the other one. There was one. I just forgot the name of it. I never saw it, so I don't know. Like anybody, I mean, he probably has had some of his works or not as good of like as good quality as like some others. That's my only thing with David Mamet is that I don't really like everything David Mamet did, but the things that he's done that I love are so important to me in terms of me writing. Um, those of you guys know I wrote my treatment for a screenplay a few months back, and it's sitting right over there, and I'm really just getting the inspiration, waiting to get the inspiration again to actually dive into the screenwriting part of it. I got the treatment written, all the character bios. My treatment is like I was gonna do a smaller one, but my treatment itself is, a complete synopsis and telling of the events, not necessarily without all the dialogue and stuff like that. Um, I mean, it's like probably like 50 pages. um, yeah, that's 50 pages with my notes. It's probably like a good 30 pages, but yeah. So I'm excited to actually get into that again. Uh, but my main thing this year is I wanted to get the treatment and all the pre-planning done, and then next year my goal is to finish the screenplay and get it printed and everything like that. Printed the way I could print it, whether I want to hire somebody to publish it, just to give me a copy, or do it myself. I don't know. But anyways, with all that said, I love this film, Steve Jobs. It is amazing. Can't wait for my Blu-ray to come in where I actually have it on hand. Well, I kind of have it on hand now because of I've waited this long to buy it because it's been on demand for this long. But I really want to own it because I don't know if it'll ever go off on demand. Physical media forever. Physical media. And I also have that shelf upstairs now. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.